Hey everyone, so today I want to talk about how much Bitcoin is going to grow over the next 10 years. I wanted to do some research because I wanted to see what the potential for Bitcoin was now that it's at 100,000, to stay or keep investing in the digital coins or not. Please stay until the end of this video because what I'm going to share with you is gold and I don't want you to miss out on this. In exchange, the only thing I'm asking is please at the end, if you like the video and you think it's gold, please like the video and subscribe to my channel so I can keep producing videos like this one. So as you can see on the screen, I'm using Twitter for my research. I think it's an excellent place to find a lot of information about crypto, both positive and negative, so you can make your own decisions. So let's start. And the first thing I want to do is to digest this thread by this author, and you can subscribe to him and to the company he mentions for more information. So let's start, and I want to do it with this post that has lots of golden nuggets. So you want to keep watching until we discuss all of them. This one for me is one of the key nuggets and one of the reasons why I think, and they also think that Bitcoin will go up so much over the next 10 years. It says that the number of countries holding Bitcoin will double. And the fact that the US is considering building a strategic Bitcoin reserve will kick off a Bitcoin race. This other post here explains what it means for the US to actually start building a reserve on Bitcoin. So if they do that, right, what's going to happen is the BRICS, and actually BRICS means Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, they'll be forced to also start their own reserve because they will want to follow the US. If this happens, then what's going to happen is all the billionaires will keep doing the same. Not only the billionaires, but also the banks, the big banks will start doing the same or continue doing the same because now the regulation with Trump is going to be easier on coins versus the regulation that Biden was implementing. With all this money getting invested in Bitcoin, they think the Bitcoin will flip gold at $900,000, right? And so then if this really happens, then the S&P, they'll have fear of missing out, so they'll start investing more and more money in Bitcoin instead of gold. Then if this happens, and we see all these companies and people doing this, obviously those people who have invested money in bonds, they don't want to do that anymore because the bonds will give them 3, 4, 5%. So all the same, by fear of missing out, they'll start, going into Bitcoin. And again, now the market is, will keep going up. With all this happening, then the smaller countries will follow the same. And then if this happens, people like you and me who own art or gold or real estate or bonds or stocks, they'll exit those investments and they'll keep buying Bitcoin and other digital coins. I'm also buying XRP, for example. And so the value of Bitcoin will just keep going up and up and up. That's why this discussion is important. And when we think about the prediction of the value, we just don't need to think about 1 year, but maybe the next 10 years. So if we come down here, for example, it says that Bitcoin will be at around $20 million per coin. So do the numbers. If from 100,000 to $20 million per coin, that's multiplying by 200. So if you make an investment of, let's say, $10,000 in Bitcoin now, that means that when this happens, you will have $2 million. And by the way, all these predictions that we are discussing, it doesn't matter if we are in 2025 or 2030 or 2035 or 2040, they will still be valid in 10 and 15 and 20 years because all this will happen in the next 10 or 15 or 20 years. So keep watching this video, keep sharing this video with your friends so everyone has to watch why they need to start investing if they don't do it already in the coins. And another prediction, which again is another golden nugget, is that Bitcoin will overtake the 18 trillion gold market above $1 million per Bitcoin in 2029. So they have this chart here, for example, that gives us a reference for the price of Bitcoin every 4 years. And as you can see, it has been increasing until today, $100,000 per coin. And so imagine in the next 4 years, 5, 10 years, if this keeps going up, because all these investments that we are talking about, the price could go to $1 million, $2 million, $3 million per coin, etc. This one here is another golden nugget. It says that the US Department of Labor will relax its guidance against crypto in 401k plans, enabling billions of dollars to flow into crypto assets. So what happens when there is a lot of demand for an asset, the price goes up, right? So all this is information that tells us that over the next few years, the price of Bitcoin will keep going up. Another golden nugget is about the stable coins and how the value will double in the next few years when the US passes long-awaited stablecoin legislation. I have another article that explains this a bit better as well. And another prediction that is a golden nugget is that the institutional investors are catching up with the tokenized real world assets, and additional investment will come into the market, which means the price of Bitcoin and some of the other coins will keep going up. I also want to show you this post where they say that Coinbase will surpass Charles Schwab as the most valuable brokerage in the world. We have Vanguard and Schwab as, leading companies that a lot of people use having 401ks investing through them, etc., etc. But Coinbase will surpass them in 2025. And the stock price for Coinbase will go to at least $700 per share. They also predict that in 2025, we will see several IPOs, which means initial public offering of companies that are in the crypto space going public in the US, including Circle, Figure, Kraken, Anchorage Digital, and Chain Analysis. They also talk about the AI agents that are launching tokens automatically. Another prediction says that Coinbase will enter the S&P 500 and that MicroStrategy will enter the Nasdaq 100, adding crypto exposure to every US investor portfolio. MicroStrategy is a company that, keeps all the cash in Bitcoin, so just it's a strategy that they are using. I was able to find other people who talk about Bitcoin going up over the next few years. This gentleman, for example, is former Trump's campaign chairman and talks about it. We also have this billionaire who talks about Bitcoin going to $3 million per coin. And we also have this other gentleman who talks about Bitcoin going to $13 million per coin over the next 21 years. And you will say, yeah, this is a long time. Yeah, correct. But the thing is, if you put the money or your investments in S&P, you know that money maximum is going to grow at a 20% on a yearly basis. So if you have $10,000 in 20 years, you will not get a multiplication of 130 times. So that's what will happen here, right? Your $1,000 would become $130,000. Or if you had $10,000 and this becomes 13 million, you would have $1.3 million. This gentleman is already talking about things that are already happening, where people are not investing in bonds anymore because they only give you 4 or 5 or 6 or 7%, whilst if you invest in Bitcoin and some of the other coins, you will get more and more returns as more people invest in them, and even the governments going forward. This one is a good comparison between real estate and Bitcoin. So if you have a house or you own a couple of houses, you have the repairs and the maintenance, you have to pay property taxes, and maybe you get 4, 5, 6, 7, 10% on an annual basis. However, if you own Bitcoin, you don't have any repairs. You can get the money back 24/7 very quickly. You don't have to pay any property taxes, and the growth over the next few years on a yearly basis, it's extra high at the moment. This lady is Monica Long. She's the president of Ripple. It's a company that handles a coin XRP, and it's a coin that is used for payments. And what this post is saying is that they are basically preparing the release of what's called Ripple USD this month, okay? And if this gets approved, this is very important because this coin is attached to the dollar. So the difference between XRP and this one is XRP is like its own coin, it's a digital coin, but it's not attached to anything. However, this one is attached to the dollar, which means that for every coin that is digital, there is a coin that is a dollar attached to it. And so if this gets approved, people will start using this as a form of payment instead of dollars. So instead of having, your bills in your wallet, you'll have this coin and you will pay with this and make transactions with this. This one is just a continuation of the story from her, where it says that the new coin that is attached to the dollar will be basically flowing through XRP. You could understand this as the money, and this is the highway by which money will get transferred across the globe. I hope you like these golden nuggets. I cannot provide financial advice. This is not financial advice by any means. But the thing is, if I invest $1,000 today and this has the potential to multiply by 300 in 20 years, why not? Why should I keep all my investments in the stock market if there is a chance that some of this happens? So send me any comments. Let's have a discussion about this. Please like the video and subscribe. This will allow me to make other videos like this one and keep doing some research for you. Thank you so much for watching and talk to you soon.